What's up, Tricology family, and welcome back to another episode of the Tricology News Talk, and welcome back to another Dracul discussion session. But before we go into it, let's set out a special thank you towards Miami Media School for letting us their studio facility to be able to record this episode for today. And also, we are live on Instagram on the Dracul Instagram page. So if you are not busy doing anything, so check us out on Instagram. If you have an Instagram, so check us out. We are live on Instagram right now, and we are in the Miami School Media School lounge. We are recording the session. But enough of that. Let's introduce our guests for today. So can we start with Alex right now?
Hey everybody. I'm Alex KINGSMAN. I'm glad to be here. Thank you to Miami Media School for having us here. Really, it is such a this is a big deal for us. I can't wait to get the ball rolling. These are the OGs. I can't wait to share this time with you guys.
I'm excited.
All right, next.
I'm KAYLA GRIFFIN. I am the director of Dracul as well as the co-screenwriter, and I will be starring as Haven.
Nice.
I am Gabriel GUILLEN. Will be the DP on the project, as well as I'm guessing editor
And consultant.
And
Consultant.
Consultant. There's a lot of vampiric details in there that I know. So.
Yeah. I mean, you have a lot of expertise into the storyline that we're trying to make. So that's why we want to have you as creative consultants. So
You bring the spooky ookie to the table.
Spooky ookie.
That's what my mom said.
That is awesome. And in case y'all didn't know, I'm also the co-producer and also the behind-the-scenes videographer for Dracul as well, in case y'all don't know that. But as we did our first discussion, as we were live on Twitch and Instagram and everything else, but we just want to touch on all the new updates that we have for y'all. In case y'all didn't know, we are starting production in July. So we are taking this time during the pre-production stages to try to get everything in place, all the crew together, all the cast together, all the locations. You already know, for those filmmakers that's watching us, you already know the drift. So we're going to get right into these updates. So in case y'all didn't know, we have decided to move as a regular web series to a limited series, just in case y'all didn't catch the news on Instagram. So I'm going to head it over to Alex to kind of explain why we made the transitional move to a limited series.
Well, it wasn't really a hard decision. The idea actually didn't come from me. It came from my co-writer, KAYLA. She is my partner in crime, so I really don't think that this show would be what it is now if it wasn't for her. And
Thank you, baby.
No, you're welcome. She actually came up with the idea. We were actually watching Hunchback, and we were trying to get inspired. The very opening scene, literally right away gave her a couple of ideas, which ended up her pitch to me to change it to a limited series, because creatively, as a screenwriter myself and KAYLA, we both like to have a specific story structure within our scripts, and we have specific dialogue that we would like to implement for the characters. And one of the reasons why we also made it a limited series is because it gives us more creative liberty. Because if you think about it, we had it proposed to be 3 seasons, 5 episodes each season, with a 15 episode count. And we evaluated that, and KAYLA realized that there shouldn't be a pause between episodes. We thought it would be better as a limited series. It would flow by much faster, but not like speed-wise, more fluent. And we also believe that it just opens up a lot of creativity, because we can now place whatever we want for the story in the episode that we wanted to make it originally. So it being a limited series also gives us a little bit of a power punch to to other like film production companies and all that stuff, because we want to start out with something unique. And I feel like doing it as a limited series, you know, our inspiration comes from HBO. So we really want to follow in those footsteps. And Netflix, yeah. She actually got inspired by watching Queen's Gambit. And on Netflix.
Yeah, that was the trend.
So
yeah,
good.
It was.
The limited series is just something about the commitment. I feel like a limited series is easier to commit to than like a 3-season type of thing, where you're like, okay, well now I have to wait for season 2 to figure out what happens next. It's just, you know, episode 4, episode 5, episode 6.
Yeah. And now it's gonna be, instead of 15 episodes, it's gonna be an unlucky number 13. You know, we feel like story-wise the structure is well set up to be 13 episodes, and there's gonna be a lot of surprises that we have planned in the story. You know, with us 3 here, you know, well, us 4, but me, Gabe, and Kayla, creative-wise, you know, as the people behind Dracul, we have a few surprises for you guys. We really have a bunch of ideas that I think will work, something that you guys really won't expect. And I'm not saying this because you know, we want to differentiate ourselves from other filmmakers, but we think that we have something here. We think we have something that has the potential to be big and something special, because there's a hidden message behind it. There's a reason why we're making it, and we just want to pay homage to the classics. And that's something that I don't think a lot of vampire fans have witnessed recently, especially with like all the vampire media that is coming out now, where they're depicted as these high school sex monsters, you know, and they sparkle in the moonlight, you know, like no, these people, you know, they're tragic monsters. And I just think that us 3 coming up with the story, we could use that as our advantage. That at least that's
Plus
what I
want to
think.
bring a little bit of reality to the vampire world. You know, when you throw a vampire with another vampire into a car, something happens to the car. You know, a lot happens to the car. Nobody ever does that. So yeah.
Yeah, so when I think of it as a limited series, it's kind of like broken up into chapters, but it still feels like a feature at times. Because like when you say, if you guys catch the Oscars, they say like, oh, this nomination is for outstanding limited series or TV movie, as they call it. So I feel like it's maybe a feature at times, but we're breaking it off as chapters, kind of like with Zack Snyder's Justice League. Or when they did like from the what's the movie for Gwen's the Hateful Eight, when they did it on Netflix and they broke it up into chapters. So that's how I feel that the way it's even though it's a limited series, but I feel like it has a potential of being a feature, but just broken up in chapters. Do you kind of feel that way as well?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to make it a limited series, is because I prefer movies to television. And with the limited series format, we can do whatever we want with the timing in each episode. For instance, the first episode is 15 minutes, the second episode is 20, you know, and, you know, we get to play with what we show when, as opposed to before we had to make everything fit into the 15-minute time. And now we don't have to worry about, by the ending of season 1, we have to be here, because we have the flexibility to be like, okay, well, we can be here now by episode 4, instead of having to worry about compressing everything into one season and then, you know, and so on and so forth. It's you can binge it, and it's kind of like a really long movie.
Yeah, I saw it that way when she pitched it to me, and that's why I automatically said yes to her pitch, because not only is she like the co-writer, she's also a creator. She's also a very talented mind when it comes to filmmaking, and that's why I picked her to be not only director but co-screenwriter, because I trust her. And the same thing with Gabe. You know, Gabe has had a lot of input to the story and you know how things work, and I kind of actually want Gabe to like express how he feels.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you just know vampires.
I know I have such a history of just lore in my head, so this is like the perfect opportunity for me to like get it right, because nobody ever gets it right. I mean,
Yes, you gotta get stuff right.
even like even the mirror thing, nobody gets it. Nobody gets it right.
Right.
No, I think, like, I completely agree with you. I think that there's just a lot of vampire media that doesn't really depict what vampires are, and we think that vampires are tragic monsters that they do look like humans, but they're not us. But they're still tragic. There's a lot of consequences to immortality. So that's why we think that these vampires are tragic creatures that just want to live. They want to live, but they can't. They're dead. They have an immortal lifespan now. Technically, they're dead.
Plus, we're definitely putting in some mixing in some magic in with this. So
Yes.
The undead messing with magic and different realms. There's consequences, lots and lots of consequences that nobody ever really talks about.
That's actually really, really true. I'm glad that you guys brought that up, because I think that whole, like you said, the tragedy of it and the monstrosity of it, it gets lost in the romanticism of what pop culture is portraying vampires as, and we forget that it's a monster, that it is a villain. They kill people, they eat people.
Yeah, they're not all Damon with blue eyes.
Exactly. It's not all Team Edward, where they, like Alex said, where they sparkle in the sunlight. These are monsters. These are monsters.
Yeah, one of the things that we wanted to do with this show, I took a look at Vampire Diaries and the originals, and I decided to dissect it, because as a filmmaker, something that I see that there's something wrong, I like to dissect it. It has its pros to its cons, but watching all the shows, technically I'm not caught up with Legacies, which is like the third spinoff, and I'm just like, it's a spinoff of Vampire Diaries, which is based on Klaus's kid.
Oh my god.
So
yeah, how deep
You
can
see?
they go into the false pile of?
It's too much. Too many spin-offs. Like
Yeah.
we're not having like Dracul, son of Nathaniel, or
no,
Nah, that's too low.
like a reality show, like how they do WandaVision with like Nathaniel
Why?
and Haven. It's not. It's one and done.
No, yeah, Dracul is it's a pretty self-contained story, but it does have its elements from the classics like Bela Lugosi. When me and Kayla saw the film from the 1930s, we really took a good look at it. And
So good.
That's one Nosferatu, right?
No,
I've
not
seen Nosferatu,
It's
but it
with
was
Bela
the one
Lugosi.
with Bella.
It's
It's so good.
Yeah, I got you.
It's so scary.
cough.
It's so
Cough
scary.
vampire.
The lighting in the movie is
Oh wait,
perfect.
what happened to the live? Is it
I
off?
thought the screensaver just turned off. What, did it stay on the whole time?
Yeah, I hope it's staying on.
Well, yeah, we'll check it out later. But
Yeah.
as you guys talk about the concept, like in all these like other like shows that we just mentioned, but as we been kind of like talking about the concept and like how we can make our original thing, but like keep us let's let the fans know like what's going on with the concept, like how we can make this like an original thing from the other like shows and movies that we already seen before.
Do you mind if I?
No, go ahead.
I want to say that our show is kind of like a character study, where each character is, like Alex said, dissected. We get to know them on a deeper level rather than just seeing them as a vampire. They are this person and they are also a vampire. So I wanted to focus on the duality of that and not just make them vampires. I wanted to show their past and, like Alex said, the consequences of being immortal, because it's not all fun. Everybody that you love is dead. You're constantly just killing people to stay alive. It's not fun. They don't want to be vampires. They want to be dead. So I think instead of focusing on how good it is to be a vampire, where, they're really, really strong and they can climb trees and, they sparkle in the sunlight. It's more about, what makes them miserable, why they why they are still doing what they do. Just basically like a character study, and not, here are a bunch of vampires, watch them be vampires.
Yeah, it was more of I saw the concept of vampires as they're still people. Like the concept of vampires is that they're still people. They just so happen to be, consumed by this curse of immortality. And really, when you think about it, this story isn't really something that has been told, or maybe I've looked up, to see if there are any connections to Dracula having a son. There was a film, I think in the 40s or 50s, that is called Son of Dracula, and it actually has some inspiration to it, because I wanted to adapt the story as it's unique, with unique elements, because like I just said a couple minutes ago, I'm a huge fan of the Bela Lugosi version of Dracula, and a lot of people consider it a classic. So why not get inspired from a classic and take that into your own hands, make your own story, and then, wow, that plane really did it right there.
Plus, there's a whole huge undertone of missing information that you guys just don't have yet.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't know what other portion
Yes.
we're connecting this story to. There's
Yes.
a whole world that's gonna open up when you guys really find out what's happening.
Yes.
Yeah, there's gonna be, we're trying to create a world where there are rules, but it's our rules, as collaborators and filmmakers. So, I believe that Dracula has Dracul. Wow, I messed up big time. But I think Dracul has the potential to be something big, because I feel like I've looked around YouTube and I don't really see that much vampire content. So I feel like if we target the audience that exists, and there's a lot of missing out on vampire content. Exactly.
Yeah.
But when you do find that content, it's all the same.
Right.
Exactly.
It's all the same.
It's repetitive.
And when they try to put a new spin on it, you're like, that was a good attempt.
Right.
But
Exactly.
It fell short.
Exactly.
Yeah. I
A
agree.
lot of the spin-offs have that vibe where it's like, you know what? You should have just left it.
Yeah. I mean, like the Vampire Diaries is a perfect example.
Exactly.
When they came out with the one that's right after, not Legacy.
The originals?
God, I don't even know.
They came out with the originals. I immediately decided I just didn't want to watch it.
Yeah.
So I waited, and then I saw that scene that I showed you.
Yeah.
It was like one dude versus like 200 vampires.
And he won.
He was beating the crap out of these guys, but then all of a sudden, like, some dude walks up behind him and snaps his neck. And it was like a werewolf or something, and it was like you couldn't even tell the difference. It was so like people were being thrown around, and they were just people.
What a waste of time.
Yeah, so it just didn't give the feel that I got when the first time I saw, like, what was that Tom Cruise one?
Interview.
The first time I saw Interview, I felt a certain way. Man, I haven't felt that way.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same.
Ever again.
Like this show has heavy inspiration style-wise from Interview with the Vampire.
Yes, it's one of my favorite books. I remember the first time I saw Interview. Interview was the first thing that got me into vampires, and I'm glad, because it's such a good movie. Instead of getting into vampires, I hate to shit on Vampire Diaries, but like as opposed to getting into vampires when you see Vampire Diaries, it's just not the same, and it doesn't do it justice when you watch like Nosferatu and Dracula with Bela Lugosi. That, for me as a filmmaker, they're scary. I love that, and we wanted to make Dracul scary, less pop culture, more horror.
Yeah, I think I remember the actor that I believe Christopher Lee.
Yes.
He also played another version of Dracula. I still need to watch that version, which I feel like I'm very behind.
Which one?
It has like these long names, like The Curse of Dracula, like those kind of names,
right.
instead of just straight up Dracula.
Right.
But it's Christopher Lee. So
he's got like the most amazing horror fingers.
Yes.
Of any actor
I saw a clip.
I've ever seen. Have you seen his fingers? Dude?
I saw a clip.
He's also,
He's got like weird hands.
No,
Yeah.
no. He's
Well, like
you've seen him in Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Yes.
Why can't I think of any names today?
What is it?
Sauron.
Saruman.
I think yeah,
Man.
Saruman.
Yes,
Yeah, you remember his
Saruman.
fingers? When he was like doing the thing with the crystal ball?
Oh yes, he's got really long like salad fingers.
He's had those his whole life. So
Salad
when he played,
fingers.
like Dracula and he did the thing, he was like, oh my
Ooh,
God,
that's fun.
so creepy.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
give our Dracula like long nails and stuff.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. When you told me that, when you showed me the picture,
pretty dope.
When you showed me the picture of all the fingers,
Of salad fingers.
like salad fingers. Yeah, they chopping salads, because they
You
got
need
they
to
got
know the
vampire-
salad finger joke. You got to see the video.
Oh damn, I am very behind.
Gabe gets it.
Damn it, Gabe.
One more thing, I really like that Alex brought up Son of Dracula because it is fiction, and I remember we got a little bit of feedback from someone one time
Yeah.
that said
We got
Dracula doesn't have a son.
we got haters.
And we know
We got haters.
we already knew that, but I'm glad that you brought up a fictional story that is in relation to Dracula because it's like we're not the only ones adding a dramatic spin on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Dracula doesn't have a son.
Dracula doesn't have a son.
He doesn't have a son.
He can't conceive.
I mean, vampires don't sparkle.
Thank you. Thank
you
you.
know.
Vampires can't kill 200 people.
What if you?
I come up with like millions of examples of the dumb vampire stuff that has
Yeah.
been in the cinema lately, but yeah, no.
I mean,
The hybrids.
like being accurate with the whole them sparkling like daywalkers
God,
that
it's
sparkle
too
that
much.
sparkle in the sunlight as they're
much.
walking out. They look like they just got hammered or like just threw up Pandora. Like
Yeah,
the story Pandora
it's
just
like they
threw up
just
on
got
them.
out of,
That's why
you know,
Robert
like-
Pattinson.
Space nightclub.
Yes, you put it like to me. If a vampire wants to sparkle, you just kill him. You shove him in a disco ball, and you just have him circle like that.
There you go.
Like that, boom. That's the only way that I can see vampires shine. Like, hee.
We only have one daywalker. Nathaniel can walk during the day because he is the only hybrid. His mom is a witch and his dad is a vampire.
Yeah. I forgot to say I am
He's the
playing
only
Nathaniel.
one.
I forgot to say I am playing Nathaniel.
Yes.
For those who don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, the witch,
Yes.
the witch element is definitely a big deal in this series because magic is huge. Like nobody ever sees the tortured 600-year-old vampire that's had his entire body contorted who's using magic to look normal. Like he's walking during the day, he's buying groceries, he's got a lunch. He's sitting here creepily looking at elderly people walking that are about to die. Like he's just a normal guy, normal
Right.
creeper,
Yeah.
covered in magic. Nobody sees the runes or the spells or none of that. We're definitely gonna highlight this.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be grand.
And that's Gabe's specialty all the way.
Yeah, that's we have a bunch of people in our crew and cast that they're just very creative into these kinds of things, witchcraft
Spooky-ooky.
and very spooky-ooky. Like we're very horror fanatics. And that's one of the genres that Dracul has that is going to be very, it will be there, it will have horror elements, but we would rather kind of freak you out than scare you, but also have the elements of drama and a little bit of romance. And
Yes, it has something for everybody.
it has something for everybody because when you think about it, there's a lot of genre groups of people where there's a group of people that only watch comedies or they watch horror or all that stuff, and we want to have something for everybody because I feel like as a fan, I would want to be included.
Right.
Depending on whatever genre it is I prefer. So having a little bit for everybody. Kayla's 100% right. We need to be very oh my god, I don't want to say
Inclusive?
that. Very inclusive. Yeah. I forgot the word.
Diverse.
I want to include all the people that are vampire fans that feel like they deserve the right material.
Yes.
Cuz there's a very underrated group of like vampire lovers, and I feel like Gabe can go into a little bit of depth with this.
Yeah,
The Masquerade.
Yeah, well,
Yes,
yeah, I
a little
can
bit.
neither confirm
A
or
little.
deny any involvement in that word.
Oh, true.
There's that.
But yes, there is an entire fan base that they haven't really had any amazing movies or shows or anything, because they've just been touched on with, like, they've had great games and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's an untapped
amazing books
audience.
But they've never had their shining moment on the silver screen.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes.
Nobody's even dared to dabble.
Yeah.
I mean, we did have a couple of, nuances here and there.
Right.
Blade
People that tried.
tried a couple things here and there, but they've never really gone into, like, that fan base, or there's just quite a few different fan bases out there that they just don't get their time in the sun. Their time in the.
Oh, I like that.
They never get their time in the sun.
They never get their time to sparkle.
So we're definitely going to touch on fans that have been waiting for their kind of vampire movie. This will be a piece of that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
All kinds of monsters.
Yeah, that's one thing I want to touch on, because, like, when you mention all these vampire flicks, some of them I saw that as a childhood when I was just a little kid.
Yes.
I just want to watch this movie for the fun of it. But then, like, when you get older and be like a filmmaker, like, oh, like, now I kind of watch this from a filmmaker's perspective and see what they did before. So my next question is going to be because you already know the fans going to be watching and other filmmakers going to be watching as well. And also, Alex, I want you to bring up, since for the people that wasn't here for the first live, I want you to bring it up for this one as well, just to talk about your character as well. So the next question is going to be how will the fans and also filmmakers care not only for this limited series, but also for the characters as well? So yeah, go ahead.
Well, like how KAYLA pointed out before, the characters, we really wanted to make sure that they are connected to the audience in every aspect. We have different age vampires. We have our fair share of humans. We have our fair share of magic. So when I was coming up with the character of Nathaniel, and KAYLA knows this because I pitched this to her 2 years ago, I wanted Nathaniel to be this tragic character who just never got the opportunity to live the life that he wanted to have because he was born with a curse. And that's something that I feel like could be very interesting in a main protagonist, because if you think about it, Nathaniel is, I believe, probably one of the most tragic characters I've created. And because, like I said, he never had the chance to be human. He never had the chance to live the life that he wanted. He was just born into immortality. So we're gonna touch on that throughout the whole 13 episode run, where we show that Nathaniel is not just a vampire, but he's more than that. He's meant for more, and he deserves to live the life that he should have. But at first there's gonna be a lot of obstacles. There's gonna be a lot of obstacles for him, not only as the heir to Vladimir, but also to a human being that can also contribute to society, because he wants to be a part of the human culture.
What human being?
Like when you think about it, Nathaniel was never born human.
Right.
And since he wasn't born human, he let's just say he never had the chance to pick the life that he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's the whole point of the show. That it's him trying to discover a way for him to be human.
Plus, he was never really taught how to be a vampire either.
Right.
It just kind of took over, like if you took a cat away from its mother too soon and it grew up, it's still gonna eat, it's still gonna be feral, but it's not really gonna know how to act around other cats and other animals. So he's also fighting the fact that he's a vampire and he's around all these humans and he can't just eat whatever he wants whenever he wants. But it's a struggle. So seeing both of those together, that's painful to watch, and it is pretty sad.
Yeah, I don't like that much. I like creating stuff where creating characters where people can cheer, people that should cheer for the character. We're gonna show in the series that Nathaniel is someone worth rooting for, someone worth, seeing the story play out till the end.
Yeah, by the end, hopefully people will be like jumping out of couches, being like, yes,
Like yes, I want people to literally be in their couches. I want us to be like at the premiere, just like yes, like the people that go like yes.
like a little couple tears, and people
yes.
doing the Leonardo DiCaprio, like Nathaniel, man, he deserves it, bro. Like he deserves it. Like they're gonna be there like that.
He's worked so hard.
As a screenwriter, though, we want to make sure that we don't take the easy route where you just automatically like him. You need to be objective as an audience member, and we're going to show you good things that he does and bad things that he does, and it's up to you to judge his character, whether you like him or not. And like you were saying, I can't remember what it was you said, but about the characters being like human. I feel like horror shows aren't just supposed to scare you. They have to make you laugh and cry and feel love. And I think that's a good thing that we have for the characters, is that they're all very unique and not all, monochromatic, where each character, is just very serious. There are some characters, like there's romance in the show, and there's like moments that will make you cry and things like that. It's not just like monotonous.
Yeah.
There's a lot that will make the audience care about the characters, because you'll see stuff in them that you have. Like you'll see like there will be traits in the characters that a lot of the audience members will have. So it will make you think. It's not just entertainment. It's, we're telling a story. It's not just look at this.
Able to connect with
Right.
so many of the characters on so many levels, because they depict vampires as very cold, very, and it's like, you're right, they could be, because they've been doing this for so long, but at the same time they're tortured. Like, they're not cold because they're just monsters. They're monsters because they've been tortured for so long.
Exactly.
They were human once.
Exactly.
At least some of them.
Right. Or they tried to be.
Yeah.
Like Nathaniel probably tried to be normal, and then he was like, well, fuck it. I'm not.
Yeah, there have been there as the character, I had to realize, how would he try to solve his problem before the story picks up in the first episode. And it's just, you kind of think about it, Nathaniel is very sad. He has a lot of he's very also angry. And he has this feeling of, I should be alone. I deserve to be alone, because he's done a lot of things that he's not proud of. So that's why I feel like, as a screenwriter, I want to take that character from rock bottom and kind of climb the mountain throughout the show. So, and me and KAYLA don't want to make it easy for him. We cannot make it easy. I mean, who wants to watch something that's easy?
Right. I hate convenience. I hate, like, I always say, I put my character up in a tree and I throw rocks at them. And I'll give them a branch every now and then, but the branch will snap and I'll throw an even bigger rock. And you need to make your character fail before they can succeed. There has to be, 3 tries before there's one success. Sorry. And we really hate convenience.
Yeah.
And making things easy for the character and easy for, the audience to figure out, and easy for me to write as a screenwriter, so I'm not giving myself, an obstacle. I don't want to make anything easy for anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I want to make the audience think, and I want to make me and Alex as a screenwriter, and we also have a guest screenwriter for episode 2, but I don't want to say who it is just yet.
Yeah, that's a surprise for everybody. We do have a guest writer for episode 2.
A featured writer.
Very talented.
Yes.
Very unique.
It's a female.
And I'm very proud of that. This is a very female-led project,
Yes.
which I'm very proud of.
Yes.
I think we can't use that word anymore.
Why?
Female?
Female.
Why?
I'll say
I think
woman.
It's a big deal now to dehumanize females, because female is just a sex. So when you
Right.
say female, technically you're like classifying body parts.
What if I'm a chick and I say it?
I mean, it's like,
I know it's one of those things.
I mean, I just saw a whole thing about it. Everybody was really, really mad about it.
Yeah.
A lot of girls were mad about it.
Yes.
And they're like, don't call us female.
Yeah, I've
We're
seen
not-
that.
We're not body
I've seen
parts."
that.
And I'm like, okay, so female.
Well, she's a.
Female's heated word.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed there are some chicks that don't like to be called female.
Yeah, that's
It's like
it's a
super
little weird.
hypersensitive.
It's very weird.
But okay, it's
But
she's
yeah,
a woman.
It's a woman. It was
She's a woman.
woman-led
It is a
project.
no. Yeah, you know what? I will say
Vagina-led project.
Vagina led. Yes.
Let's just say this is just like a very diverse cast and crew, because we were giving
Yeah.
everybody the chance to perform at what position they have, because like we are living in a diversity filmmaking world.
Yes.
Plus, where everybody knows it or not. So we gave everybody, not only from gender, race, and everything else, we giving everybody a chance to perform in their wherever position, whether it's director, DP, screenwriter, producer, or any day. So
See, like,
this is a
everything you
very
say after
diversity.
After we said sex, sounds dirty now.
I know.
I
I
know.
know.
Every other word that came out of your mouth, I was like,
That's me. That's me. No, Trico made a really good point. There are all kinds of people in the cast, all different sexualities and color and background, and yeah, we're all a bunch of freaks.
it's a mixed bag.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a mixed bag, but full of treats.
Yes.
Yes, very
No
sweet
tricks.
treats. No tricks.
Only
just
treats.
sweets.
Yeah, that's exactly what I love about it. But going back to the characters, we talk about Nate. Let's talk about if we get a little details about it. Let's go into like the who's the villain out there, or like the supporting crew. Like how will the fans and the filmmakers love them too as well? Because you got to have a good villain. Like I hate this dude, but I understand his Mitch's perspective on
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Yes, that's the Vance character.
Oh, Vance.
He,
Oh my God.
he hates everything. He's always so pissed, but he has a right to be.
Even I get
Because
pissed.
he didn't choose to be a vamp. I mean, he did choose to be a vampire, but he like regrets his choice. So we feel bad for him because there's things that he's done in his past that if you tried to imagine yourself doing that, then you'd be like, oh, I would be like him too if I did that shit too. Sorry, I curse. Yeah, I would say Vance is very good at that.
Yeah, Vance.
He's a good villain
He's a really good villain played by.
because you like him.
I love Vance. He's played by a good friend of mine, Abraham Suarez. He really has put in, a level of, let's say, like concentration to the
Oh
character.
my God, yes.
I remember we had a dress rehearsal, and we were all there. We were trying to memorize our lines. But I remember he did a couple movements in the rehearsal where I just felt like, okay, that could be him. Like that is him. And the way that we design him is so far the wildest character we've created.
Yes.
We created like style wise.
Yeah.
Me and KAYLA, we decided that Vance has to be this flamboyant,
Yes.
very focused on his work. He's very, I would say, he doesn't have a god complex.
Well, he thinks he's very pretty.
Yeah, he thinks he's very
He
pretty.
thinks he's hot shit. He thinks that he's like the coolest person in the world. I wouldn't say he has a god complex, no, but he's super narcissistic.
Yeah, he's
very
it's-
narcissistic.
He's very narcissistic, and Vance really has this deep connection with Nathaniel that is going to
Yes.
be very well explored in the first couple episodes of the show. And there's other characters such as Haven, that she's
She's a villainess for a minute.
a villainess for a minute, and I believe that Haven is probably one of the most interesting characters in the whole show, because Haven just brings this fresh take to KAYLA really brings a talent for Haven.
Thank you, honey.
And Haven is, I just can't wait.
We can't say like,
and we can't
what
really
the
say
secret is.
we can't really say what
a huge secret.
like who Haven, really who Haven really is, but she's, you're just gonna have to tune in to watch.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to watch.
You have other characters such as, we spoke about Vance. Let's talk about Eli for a second.
Well, we're talking about villains.
Well, yeah.
He's he's like the helper.
Yeah, he's a helper.
Talk about Vladimir.
Oh, Vladimir.
He's the main villain.
Wow. Vladimir, he's crazy.
He's the big bad guy.
He's the big bad guy of the whole show.
He's the end game.
Yeah, he is he's
boss level.
He is boss level in Super Mario.
Yes.
You think of
He's
Bowser.
Bowser, dude.
He's Bowser.
He is Bowser.
We also have sort of another villain. We have there's a couple. We have Olivia.
I wouldn't say it's a villain though. I would say they're obstacles, because like the character's goals are not to ruin his life. Not all of them. Not all of them.
Nathaniel needs to have some form of allies.
Yeah. But they're like frenemies. Like Olivia's like his frenemy. She doesn't really like him because she hates him, but like she loves him and she hates that she loves him. Same thing as Vance. But the villain is Vladimir.
Yeah, the ultimate villain is Vladimir. It just so happens that we have a couple characters that are obstacles for Nathaniel. So technically, in a way, they're not true 100% villains. They just
there's only one.
There's only one.
Yeah,
so,
they're technically called helpers.
Yeah.
In screenwriting format.
Yeah.
You will see some characters here and there sprinkled in the background that you don't know are villains later. But there will be more villains.
Yeah,
there's definitely some interesting villainry happening. It will slowly start to trickle on as the series moves on to the end towards the boss fight, but you will see.
Yeah,
we love the evil.
There's a little bit of everything. There's all kinds of monsters.
Yeah, there's
all kinds of monsters
in Dracul. It's not just vampires.
It's not just vampires.
But you guys.
That's all we're gonna say.
But that's you have to tune in to watch. Like that's the only way to put it. I just can't wait to literally be at the premiere and say, hey, look, this universe.
Yes.
That we've created.
We don't have a premiere date planned yet, though.
No, we don't have a premiere date planned. It kind of has been like go with the flow.
Because of COVID.
Because of COVID,
Can we talk about that, or that's censored?
We currently in the pre-production, production, but stages right now. We don't know when we're gonna have a premiere until we're finished with the production stages and going on to post and everything else. But we'll keep y'all tuned. So can we say 2022 or early? Or the end of 2021.
Oh, it'll be in the fall, yeah.
Oh, it will be. Yeah, the premiere is definitely going to be in the fall because we believe that this project has been in development for over 2 years. It's about time that the fans that have been loyal with us for these 2 years and the new ones that are going to come in, I believe that they deserve something special. So that's why I want to start. That's why we want to start filming in July. So that we can have something by
October.
Something by October.
October.
Spooky
month.
They need a little something.
Yeah, they need something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're working.
They're gonna get a teaser in September.
Yeah,
maybe August.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have any other news and updates that we wanted to mention, and then also going forward into the crowd fundraising that we have as well?
So one thing that is in development, we are planning we're planning a small event, to help promote Dracul. We have this idea of, hosting a happy hour, in a very cool place, not, hasn't been decided yet, but we do have a couple options, but, we really want fans to experience this whole journey with us. So I feel like, we're planning an event that will be coming not within a month, but I would say about a month from now. When things start rolling, before cameras start rolling, there's gonna be a bunch of things going on with Dracul. So we're gonna have an event. We want to start selling merch. We want to host a raffle where we get to have the fans be a part of the experience with us. So
there's a lot of cool merchandise that we have planned for everybody. A lot of unique, one of a kind things.
I can't wait to buy my own merch. some Dracul merch.
And all the crew gets their own merch, and the cast gets their own.
Yeah, the crew is gonna get their own merch. Oh my God, they have.
I can't wait for the unmentionable merch.
Yes.
Oh my God, the merch.
No, the unmentionable merch.
Oh, the unmentionable
The
merch.
merch that comes after the mention that we're not supposed to mention.
Exactly.
Oh.
What? Mention what?
Mention what? Wait, what are you talking about? I'm lost.
I'm dying.
I know.
Don't worry. The time will come. The time
I
will
know.
come, Gabe. The time will come. There's timing for everything, and it's upon us very soon.
When the time does come, everybody will be like, how the hell did he keep it so long?
Yeah.
They're going to be like, I knew it all this time. He was writhing in his seat.
Yes. What he said, there's an untapped audience that they have been waiting for content, and it's been attempted, but they've never really hit the nail on the head.
We've tried filming twice.
No, I'm talking about Gabe's unmentionables.
Oh.
Yeah, once Formula A and Formula B mix into chemical compound C.
Chemistry.
The virus is coming, y'all.
Do you guys hear that?
Oh, that's me.
Oh.
I'm always like vibrating.
Oh,
somewhere.
Alex does that.
Oh yeah.
Talk about unmentionable.
I
Yeah.
do it in my sleep as well.
Oh no.
They vibrate us on the excitement to get this day rolling.
Man, I love Jacob. By the way, I love your Superman Batman shirt.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. Oh no, it's
yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, you got Batman, Superman, Green
Flash.
Lantern, and the Flash. Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't even
Well,
see
that's
his
cool.
feet.
Yeah.
So which part is Wonder Woman?
Sadly, they didn't put
God
Wonder
damn
Woman.
it, Gabe.
Representation.
Are you sure
That's so
Are
funny.
you sure they didn't put it?
Sadly, they
I
could
wonder
put
what
Wonder
that
Woman
character
in.
looks like from behind.
I wonder if this character just has like a big ass.
Right? He's got that juicy juice.
It's gonna be like the what was that the Batman with the nipples?
Oh, with-
George Clooney.
George Clooney. And there's that shot where he turns to the camera and it's like man boobs.
Yeah, I call it pull a Schumacher. Pull a shoe.
Oh, is that Joel Schumacher?
Yeah, Joel
He's
Schumacher.
apologized so many times.
He apologized for the film, and it is still like a disgrace.
He apologized because it was so bad.
He apologized because he made it terrible.
I mean, all I can say
Apologize
is,
to yourself.
All I can say is, when Mr. Freeze showed up and surprised Batman and Robin, and they fell on the ice, the fact that they clapped their heels together and they had
Oh
and, like,
my
ice
God.
skates came out. They're like, yep, it's an ice dude. We're prepared
No.
for this. And then they started throwing all these bat heaters. I was like, this is
Oh my
absolute
God.
Right.
I haven't seen it in years.
Right, everyone.
There aren't enough drugs to make that normal.
What is it that he says? Freeze.
Hello, everyone. Chill.
Oh, he says chill. Oh God.
Oh my God.
Oof.
What a way to lighten the mood.
Yeah, right?
Lighten the mood.
Chill.
Oh my
I
God.
can't do it.
But before we wrap this up, Alice, can you mind telling the audience where they can follow Dracul and other updates? And you guys wanted to mention your other social medias that you have as well.
Oh yeah, okay. So we are on Instagram and on Instagram and Facebook. On Instagram, it is Dracul.limitedseries, all lowercase. We do have a Facebook page, but it is not for Dracul. It is for Heathen Entertainment Productions, our production company that we're trying to develop. You can just go on Facebook, type Heathen Entertainment Productions. It should be one of the first ones to pop up. I'm very proud of the logo. And as well, there's a link on the Instagram page that leads to our GoFundMe. We want to raise the costs for how much of a spectacle this show is, because to be honest, we want to make it easy for everybody to feel like they can contribute to the show. And
you feel like you're a part of it.
Exactly. I want the fans really involved with this whole journey. So on the link in the bio, on the Instagram page at Dracul.limitedseries, there is a link to a GoFundMe page, which should explain everything that we are trying to do. It does have a couple links. It does have our links to our Facebook page, our Instagram page, and it does have a link to our short film that is on our YouTube channel under Heathen Entertainment Productions. You can catch the short film, The Checkup, a Dracul short film. There, there's a teaser, and there's a full length film. Should say like 10 minutes.
The checkup
yeah, the
is, I
checkup.
think, 5 minutes.
No, it's a little bit longer. But yeah, it is the short film is an introduction to the character of Nathaniel, and I do not want to spoil anything, so I would love it if everybody could just check out the link. It's in the GoFundMe page. It's on our IGTV, and it is on Facebook. So we are trying to expand everywhere through our social media. Right now, I can't even tell if the live is still on Instagram.
I know.
Because my phone is off.
I know.
But you know, yeah, you can also keep up to date on Instagram. We also have KAYLA, the director.
Oh, my Instagram page is or my handle, I am KAYLA GRIFFIN. Just one word.
Yeah, if you guys want to follow the cast, every post with a cast member does have a link to their Instagram page where you guys can go check them out. They're all very talented. They're all very dedicated. And for Gabe, where can they see your work?
Oh, they can definitely go on to Instagram at Druid Production. Usually you'll see the 3 little super lines in the logo there. You'll understand that once you see it. But
Yes.
my other personal is the GUILLEN, THEE. You can follow my personal Instagram there. I do a lot of video projects and whatnot on both. But we're definitely going to have a lot of cool stuff for the fans. Like people that contribute, people that are in on the GoFundMe and whatnot. There's going to be giveaways. There's going to be time with cast and crew. There's going to be probably like meetings like this that we have where we're probably going to be able to have certain fans like win raffles to join us.
Yes.
You know, there's so much coming for the fans that stick around. So stick around for sure.
Yeah, just a little bit longer, guys. We're almost to where we want to be.
It's worth it.
Oh, and I did forget, if you guys do want to follow me as well, I am the main producer for Dracul, also the story by. You can check me out at Alex Kingsman Official on Instagram. There is a link. There is a link to the Alex Kingsman post on the Dracul page. So yeah, that's where you can check out our individual work, and you can also check out some of our content on our Facebook and Instagram page.
That's awesome. And for all the fans that's watching on Instagram Live that could not, or maybe for some of the fans that are not on Instagram Live, they're going to be able to watch us, but that's okay. If this episode will be uploaded on YouTube, which is my YouTube page. All you guys search is Trico Fullerton, you'll see it. And also on Anchor, Google Podcasts, and Spotify, and other audio platforms that you might have on. As if you're watching the Tricology News Talk, as always. But as far as that, again, we want to thank Miami Media School for letting us come in the studio and record our episode for today. We also want to thank for everyone that's here, that's here to do the second discussion on this podcast today. And we gave you all the news and updates. Like, just stay tuned until we have more stuff for y'all. So, well, of that, KAYLA, Alex, Gabe, and Trico, myself, we are out. 2 finger deuces.
Deuces.